Hey guys, what's up? It's Ryan here with DP Marketing.Services, author on the book on digital marketing for plumbing and HVAC contractors, also the host of Blue Collar CEO. Hope you've checked it out on Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to your podcast. But yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by because I know you're busy. I am, I'm on the road again. I'm in Texas at the moment. Texas is the best country on the planet. If you guys have never been, you totally should. Coming into thought, I don't know if you guys remember, like a long time ago on SNL, they did this like segment called Deep Thoughts with Jack Kennedy. This is kind of what this feels like right now. This is like Deep Thoughts with Ryan Redding. You're welcome. I was watching the news the other day and listening to some military people talk back and forth. And one of these generals, right, he's like a West Point grad, 3-star general. He made this comment. He goes, rookies and amateurs, they talk about strategy. The pros, they talk about logistics. Amateurs talk about strategy, pros talk about logistics. And that hit. Because I think a lot of times, look, I know nothing about military. I never served. If you served, thank you for your service. I never did. But I know that when I, as a civilian, look at what the military does, I think, man, they're really smart, they're very strategic, they're very high functioning. But in reality, the guys who seem to be actually doing the planning, like they put their focus and obsession on logistics, on actually making sure the machine can do the thing it needs to do. And when you think about it, especially when you think about it from like the United States military standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, the United States military learned a lot of its logistics from Walmart. So you go, it's obviously a huge deal. And to be able to deploy the forces that they do at the timing that they need to be able to do, logistics is everything. And it got me thinking about how true that also is for plumbing and HVAC shops. Like I hear a lot of guys talk about, hey, what's the best thing to do this? Like, what's the best technique? And what's the best AdWords thing? And who's the best in SEO? Or hey, I really want this complex strategy and what they're doing. And so, like, those things are fine and good, right? There's no knocking them. But sometimes it's actually pulling off the work. It's where guys fail. It's answering the phone. It's booking the call. It's having your tech know how to greet the customer. How do they create the experience for your customer, what they're trying to accomplish to solve the customer's problem? How does your internal operations, how does it reduce cost by you not having to spend $1 more on material than you need to? I bet half the people watching right now waste more money on material than you actually realize. It's one of these where from how far your techs are having to drive to run calls, like I know guys in metro areas that will literally have their guys on a highway for an hour and a half just to run a call on the other side of town. They're like, guys, the logistics involved with that, and taking outside labor cost and vehicle maintenance and gas prices and all that, the opportunity cost impact is astronomical. And it just makes me think that, man, I think the U.S. military has a lot to teach home services businesses too. Its strategy is fine and good, right? But if you don't have the logistics to implement those strategies, you're just kind of spinning your wheels. And this recent, conflict with Ukraine and Russia, this is not a political statement, but I know, Russia's always been viewed as a big military adversary, right? And so now you have a situation where the Russian military is deployed in a situation that they really don't have the logistics to manage well. And I think how many businesses are kind of in similar spots, right? Where they're just trying to spin their wheels, they're being active, like they're pushing buttons and pulling levers and they're thumping their chest on Facebook. When it comes down to it, they don't have what they need behind the scenes to actually make the stuff happen. And if there's one lesson I think from this video, from this Deep Thoughts video, it's that I think we should take a note from the U.S. military. Rookies think about strategy, pros think about logistics. I'm curious to know from you, what do you think? Leave a comment below. As always, guys, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. It's good seeing you. I'm curious to know what your thoughts. See ya.